Let's bring our feet together and come to the top of the mat. As our last few friends start to come in and find their space, I want you to bring your hands together at your heart. I want you to pause for a moment. Close your eyes. Take a breath. And just notice how you feel. For all of you at home, I feel you too. For all of you that are on your devices all over this beautiful planet of ours, I feel you too. You are here with us. I want you to look back on the year. Not with judgment, not with regret. I want you to take a really quick slideshow back through the year. Just see it all. And then think about the lessons. Think about how the experiences of your life have changed you. Know that every single one of them matters. The best and the worst moments of our lives are what shape us. And every single moment of your life, no matter what it was, especially of this last year, somehow put you right here, right now on your mat, standing here. If you would have done one thing different in this past year, you might not be standing right here today. And so we have to embrace it all. We have to learn from it. So we move forward with wisdom, knowledge, experience. I'm not big on looking back because I don't want to live in the past. But I think we need to embrace the experiences. We can't squash them or try to put them in a box and put them away. We want to allow all of it to be part of our story, all of it to be what put us right here, right now, in this moment, living, breathing, in community. And so today we're going to celebrate that, this feeling of being right here in this moment together. I want you to feel your feet on the ground. There's something about that that brings you into present time. And as you push into your feet, I want you to lift your heart and then press into your palms gently and widen the chest. Make some more room for the breath. And then start making that breath flow deeply through your body. All right, we're going to breathe and move. On your inhale, let your arms rise up high over your head. And as you exhale, go ahead and fold over. Come halfway up, inhale, lengthen. And then fold again, exhale, please. On your inhale, rise up to standing. Just get used to the breath and the movement being in sync. Arms reach high, and then draw your hands right to your heart. We're going to do that again. It's a little half vinyasa. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale and fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold deeply. And then inhale, rise up to standing. Press through your feet, reach the arms to the sky. And then exhale them right back to your heart. We've got one more. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway up, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, coming all the way to standing. Reach the arms high, and then draw them right into your heart. Moving on. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale and fold. Lift and lengthen. Inhale. Let's take the right leg, step it back. Keep your fingers on the floor. Drop your hips in a little lower. And then rise onto your fingertips and lift your head and chest a little higher. That's it. So I want you to try to dip your hips down without bending your right knee. So the right knee is straight, but the hips are dipping a tiny bit. And you're coming up as tall as you can on your fingers and lifting the chest. Lift your gaze forward. Look at all of these people here in the park. It's amazing when we connect. We realize that we are part of something bigger. We're going to take one more breath here, and then plant your hands firmly and step the left foot back to meet the right. Downward facing dog. Hips rise. I want you to notice how every one of those movements brings a little bit of sensation. And we're going to honor the sensations as the language of the body. We're going to listen carefully so that we're in deep relationship with our body. Yoga teaches us not only to connect with each other, but with ourselves. It is a process of uniting, union, all things. Eventually, when we do this practice long enough, we can no longer see the separation between anything. And so we'll start with the breath and the body. It's a great way to learn. Take one more inhale, push back, and then look at your hands. Let's walk our feet right up to the top of the mat. Come halfway up, inhale, and then fold deeply as you exhale. Bend both knees, feet together, chair pose, Utkatasana. Pay attention once again to the footprints. You want your whole foot being evenly pressed into the mat. You feel the same weight in your heels as your toes. Toes are touching. You want those feet together to make a solid platform for you. Unless you have lower back issues, in that case, if you separate the feet a little bit, it might feel better. So nothing is exact. You are the one who knows the exact adjustment for yourself. Let's sit a little deeper. One breath, and then come on up. Stretch high to the sky, maybe even stretch back, drawing the tailbone down. And then hands to heart, exhale. Here we go again. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen halfway up, and now left leg is going to lunge back. Stay on your toes, keep that left knee straight. As you lift that knee, I want you to sink your hips a little bit, and then begin to lift your chest. High on the fingertips, feel your spine grow. Feel your collarbones widen. This is the way we awaken. We touch. We remember all of the places in the body. I want you to keep feeling the work in your feet. Maybe start to pull your leg bones into your hip sockets. Yeah. Lift your gaze a little more. Take a breath. Then exhale. Plant your hands firmly. Let's take the right leg back. Downward facing dog. Our music today is DJ Drez and Marty Nico, and they are our international recording artists that will be here on Tuesday doing this live for us. Mixing it live, vocals, magic. Let's take one more breath. Push back just a little bit, and then look at your hands. Let's walk our feet to the top of the mat. Good. Halfway up, inhale. Then fold deeply as you exhale. Bend those knees. Here we go again. Chair pose. Feet on the ground. Heart rising. Gaze rising. Look right through your own fingertips. And as you look up and reach up, can you relax the shoulders down? So the traps, the part right inside, narrow in the neck, that part of the shoulder, I want you to soften that. And then make your arms reach from the elbows, right? Reach from your fingers. Keep your shoulders soft. Let's take one more breath, sit a little deeper, and then come all the way up. Belly draws in, take it back just a little bit, and then hands right to the heart center. Good. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the in-breath. And then both feet go back. It's plank pose. Both legs are straight. The tailbone is drawing toward the heels and the belly is drawing in to support your spine. I see some of you with your heads hanging and the head is heavy. Can you look a little forward? Keep the neck long. That's it. Now keep that gaze forward as you either put your knees down or bend your elbows and lower to the belly. That's it. As you lay onto the belly, we come to cobra pose. A little baby back bend. Hips stay on the mat, legs are long behind you. We're just giving yourself a little back bend. Make sure your feet are on the ground. If you're squeezing your butt cheeks, then your feet are going to float up in the air. And we don't want to make any more tension around that lower back. Everyone come back down. I'm going to test you. Lift your hands off the floor an inch. Press your feet down like you mean it. And now try to lift your chest. Do you feel how little that back bend is? But you're working. The muscles on the back of your body are working to make this happen. So it doesn't have to be any bigger. If you put your hands down now, you can make it a little bit enhanced. That's all it is, a little enhanced. Use your hands to enhance your work. Widen the collarbones, narrow the elbows. Good, take one more breath. Then exhale, release. Go to child's pose, just in case that was a little treacherous on your lower back. The practice is not meant to hurt us. It's actually meant to heal us. So we have to take each action in a way that we know is good for us. There is a knowing in the body when something is good for you. When you're ready, reach your arms forward if they're not already, and then come back into your downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. The hips rise high. Spread your fingers. Make big handprints. And if you don't believe me, close up the fingers on one hand and open the fingers really big on the other hand and tell me which one you like better. Yeah. I think we like them better. Big. Yeah. That seems to be the theme of the day. Last breath. All right, look at your hands. We're going to walk our feet right up to the top of the mat. Come halfway up, inhale. And then fold deeply, exhale. Bend your knees, chair pose. Arms sweep up. And then come to standing. We're going to stretch back a little. And then come to something neutral with your arms up high. Bring your thumbs together and hook them. And then spread those fingers out wide. I want you to stretch your body to the right. Do it till it feels so good. No further. There is a sweet spot there. Remember that you're pressing your feet down into the ground as you stretch. Let's take the gaze up. Everything's better when we're looking up. And then inhale, rise to the center and take it over to the other side. Left side, awaken. Actually, it's the left side bend, right side awakens. That's it. Do it till it feels so good. Stay where you are, but look up. Everything's better when we're looking up. And then rise back up on the inhale. Let's let our arms down slowly. It's something so sweet about that side waist being stretched. When you're ready, we're going to move. Inhale, the arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on the in-breath. Step, step back, plank pose, and lower. You can put your knees down or lower everything down at the same time. Inhale for cobra pose. And then exhale back to downward facing dog. That cobra looked much better. So you see what happens when we gain a little wisdom, a little knowledge, a little experience. We accumulate all of it, and then we put it to work in our lives. Take one more breath here, and then let's take the right foot and step it up to the hands. Stepping right up to the hands, let's rise into a high crescent lunge. Stay on your left toes, arms sweep up. So all of the things we did in the low lunge are up here. The footprints matter. The legs are pulling into the hips. We're going to make the torso a little longer and reach those arms a little bit more fiercely. I want you to feel the shoulders relax down, but the arms straighten and reach up. Good. Take one more breath here. Now fold halfway. Arms reach forward. Feel how important that back leg is. Keep lifting that left knee. Make the left leg straight. The leg behind you should be super straight. Yes, now I want you to feel all 5 toes on the left foot pressing into the mat. The left knee straight as can be, and on your inhale, come back up to high crescent lunge. Stretch back just a touch further, and then we're going to flow it out. Hands come down. Step back to plank. Lower yourself down slowly. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right? We're rolling with the breath, moving on the breath. Reconnect with the rhythm of your breathing right here. We're going to inhale and push back, and then exhale, left foot steps up to the top of the mat. You're going to rise on the inhalation, high crescent lunge. Both feet are working, both feet matter here. Legs are pulling just a little bit into the hip sockets. Relaxing through the shoulders and the neck, but really a little bit of energy through the arms. Elbows feel straight, fingers reach. We're gonna fold halfway. Keep that energy reaching forward, but use the right leg and press back. Try not to squeeze the midline. Use the pinky toe sides of your feet to get some stability. Use the outer hips. When you're ready, inhale, rise back up. Maybe take it back a touch further. And then exhale it out. Hands to the floor, step back to plank, and lower. Inhale into your cobra pose, gentle on the spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath is steady. We're going to take one more inhale. And then look at the hands and walk both feet right up to the top of the mat. Halfway up, inhale, lengthen, exhale, and fold. Here we go, chair pose, bend your knees. Nice work. Try not to squeeze your knees together. Let your legs feel independent and strong. Now bring your hands to your heart. Come down a little lower, and then hook your left elbow outside your right knee for a spinal twist. That's our first real spinal twist here. So you don't have to be aggressive with it. I see your faces all of a sudden got so serious, right? Just make sure you have the same weight on both feet. Try to keep your left knee from sneaking forward. And then press gently with that elbow against the right knee and see if you can turn your body just a little bit more. Beautiful. Forward fold, let it go. Let your head hang. Let your breath come free. We're going to recover for a moment. And then we return to chair pose and do it on the other side. Go ahead. Bend your knees. The arms reach. Hands to heart center. Come down a little lower. Right elbow hooks outside the left knee. And I, on purpose, position myself in angles where I can see your faces. It's really nice if you're smiling. But I understand if you're focused that might not be the appropriate expression. But what I'm asking for, what I'm looking for is even if you're focused and you're working hard, can you have a softness around your eyes? Yes. Let that focus be inward, not outward. Both feet have equal weight. The right knee gets sneaky sometimes. It pulls forward. Push against your right elbow. Twist a little more. And then forward fold and let it go. As I look around, I notice that there are a lot of kids here, teenagers, like young adults. This must be Christmas present to your parents. Yes, I'll go to yoga with you, right? It's a beautiful thing. Now, chair pose one last time.
The land of monkeys.
The best chair pose you can do. You have a little experience now. I want you to feel everything pulled together. Pull the pelvic floor in, a little more squeeze on the outer hips. Now take the same pose, but take it up on your toes. Lift your heels. Oh yeah, all those toes working for you. They love you. They will do anything you ask of them, as long as you don't stub them against something when you're walking, right? That's it. Now, stay high on your toes. Straighten your legs. Come on up. Yeah, streamline. Let's pull the tailbone in. Pull the ribs in. Hook your thumbs together. Spread your fingers wide. This is it right here. We're going to hinge at the hips and start to fold the body. Try to go parallel with the earth. Stay on those toes as long as you can and then continue to fold. Once your hands touch down, you can release your heels. Let's bend our knees, tuck the tailbone and the chin, and start to roll up slowly. Round it out. Beautiful job, everyone. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your in-breath. Take plank pose and lower on the out-breath. Stay in the rhythm of your breathing. Inhale, cobra. And then exhale back into downward facing dog. Adho Mukha. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot steps up to the hands. We're going to take something new this time. Left heel turns in flat. Right foot stepped up, back foot is flat, and then we rise into a warrior one. Each time a little bit more progressively challenging for the hip of the back leg. So I need you to commit to that footprint on the left foot. Make that left leg really straight, and then see if you can encourage the left side of your body to come a little more forward. Right? Don't lose the footprint, but just feel what happens. The torque is right there on the front of that hip bone. And that's what we're working on right now. Let's see if we can maintain that, but bend the right knee just a little deeper. Oh, sweet spot right there. Hold, and then get a little taller. Pull up from the belly and lean back. There's your warrior one. One breath. As you exhale, flow it out. Hands down, step back, lower. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, down dog. That's it. So even on a nice day with overcast, the heat seems to come. Yeah, let's take the left foot, step it forward. Right foot turns flat on the mat behind you. That's it. And we rise into that warrior pose. And so even though you can't see that back foot, I know that you can pay attention to it. So I want you to make sure that back foot is flat. Make that back leg straight, and then encourage the right side of your body a little more forward. Yeah, in the pose, we're trying to face forward. The chest plate, right, is facing forward. I love it. Now, that back leg needs to be straight. If you soften it, there's collapse. So we want to really lift the back leg, yeah. And when you really feel like you've got that relationship in the back leg, then you can start bending the front knee. Don't give up anything you've already done in the back. Just play with how you move in the front. You got it. Now get a little taller. Lean back for me. Make it really feel like the fullest expression of your warrior. Last breath. Exhale, flow it out. Hands go down, step it back, and lower. Here we go. Inhale, cobra, gentle on the spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Fall in love with your down dog. Make your legs a little straighter. That's it. You can use your quadriceps to stretch your hamstrings. Let's take one more breath right here. And then exhale, look at your hands. Start walking it up to the top of the mat. Come halfway up, inhale. Fold deeply on the exhale. Good. Bend your knees, chair pose. Come to standing. Stand tall, maybe stretch back a little. And then exhale your hands right to your heart. Take a moment. If you need to, you wipe off, you fix your clothing, but I'd rather you just breathe. Just stand. Stand in this place and feel your yoga. I need you to know the rhythm of your breath so well. Your mind is so engrossed in the rhythm of your breath that when I start cueing the poses now, you are going to be able to move through them at your own pace because you're breathing. You don't have to be in sync with me, and you don't have to be in sync with anyone else. What you need to be for this next little sequence is in sync with yourself. Union, right? Here we go. Surya Namaskar B. We've done all the pieces. We're going to put it together in one big, beautiful flow. When you're ready to inhale, go to chair pose. As soon as you're ready to exhale, you forward fold. On the in-breath, it's to lift and lengthen. On the out-breath, feet back and lower. Inhale for cobra. Exhale into down dog and then right into warrior. The right foot steps, the left foot turns flat. Rise for one inhale only. Full expression. As soon as you're ready to exhale, the hands come down. You step back and lower. Empty out your lungs. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot steps, right foot turns. Rise for one big, beautiful breath. When you're ready to exhale, you bring it right back down. Hands down, step back and lower. Inhaling during cobra, and then exhaling as you move back to downward facing dog. Now take 5 breaths. I love the way you're moving. You guys are amazing. Make sure you're breathing. We're going to take one more breath here together. And then as you exhale, look at your hands. Let's walk our feet right up to the top of the mat. Come halfway up on that in-breath. Fold deeply on the out-breath. Big finish, chair pose, bend your knees, arms sweep. Remember your shoulders. Come to standing, stretch back only if it feels good, and then hands come right to your heart. How was that? Did that feel crazy or did that feel good? You guys look like it felt good. I want to do one more time. Just really make sure you got it, because this is it. If you could do this tomorrow by yourself, put on some music and just remember this little sequence and just roll through it a couple times, you will get your yoga. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. As you inhale, lift your chest. Exhale takes you back and down. Both feet back and lower. Inhaling through the back bend. When you're ready to exhale, you touch down dog and create warrior. Right foot steps, left foot turns. Rise for one breath only. The exhale takes you back down. Hands down, step back, lower. Inhaling through cobra. Exhale, go back to down dog, and then do the other side on your own. Let's test and see if you remember. Then you make your way into your down dog, and we will all take 5 breaths. Yep, 5 breaths in down dog. Let's make that one more breath together. And then look at your hands. You can jump, step, or walk to the top of the mat. Come halfway up, inhale. Fold deeply as you exhale. Bend your knees, chair pose. Nice work. Come to standing. Hands come to the heart. How you feeling? Good? Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Now, take the left leg and step it back. We'll stay right there. Left hand is going to root down into the mat, and I want you to twist open to the right side. Take your time with this. I want you to feel how important that left leg is behind you. Sometimes it gets saggy. I'm going to ask you to awaken it. Get some support. Feel the legs pull into the hip sockets. And then maybe give a little squeeze, a little hug on the outer hip muscles, like you have a little vice there hugging in. Now, from your waistline, you're going to twist a little deeper. I want you to feel your left ribs come under and into the middle and open up that right chest. Okay, stay right there. Turn that right palm forward. Reach the bicep over the ear. Oh, a lot happening here. This requires a little bit of attention, yes? Reach like you mean it. Take one more inhale. Twist deeper on your exhale. Nice, Gerard. I saw that. Arm goes up. And then eyes down, hands down. Take a big step back to downward facing dog. Oh, yes. Nothing should be left unexpressed. That is how we charge up the tension that is in the body and then find ways to release it and let it go. And so I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry when I leave you in the poses just a little bit longer than you want to. There is a purpose. We have an energy anatomy beyond our physical anatomy that also needs attention. We are carrying the tension of our life, the experiences. We carried it all right here into the park, and my job is to help you find ways to release some of it. Now, walk your hands to the back of the mat. Bring your hands back to your feet. Bend your knees about 90 degrees. And then bring your arms behind you. Just reach back. The feet should be hip distance apart here, and I want you to be able to see the front edge of your mat. So you've got to lift your head and your chest, gaze forward. Hands are not together, they're reaching behind you. And I want you to drop your bottom a little lower and lift your chest a little higher. Now you're getting it. Now stay right where you are, but lift your arms higher behind you. Start feeling the upper back, start feeling the shoulders. Those are muscles that are not getting enough love. They're always holding our devices and we're always slouching forward. So this is a really good moment. Make it more about that than about your legs, even though your legs are speaking to you loudly. Take one more breath. Clasp your hands together and then exhale, fold in. Yes, let your head down. Feel the energy discharge. Know it's all good and good for you. Your legs can be a little soft or you can straighten them. That all depends on the experience you want to have in your body. I want you to just keep your feet flat. Stay steady. Stay stable. Last breath now. We're going to release our hands. And then inhale, look up. Start to walk it out, plank pose. Plank is really important now because we were in a long forward fold, so we've got to neutralize the spine and the hips. I want you to feel your body lengthen. Look a little forward. Tailbone draws down, legs so straight. Take a deep breath in and then lower down, either with your knees down or everything going down at the same time. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. All right, one breath. Now that right foot is going to step forward. Stay on your left toes. Is that what we did last time? No, left foot needs to step forward. We're twisting to the other side. Swap. You can jump switch or you can just step it back and change it. Right hand on the mat. We're going to twist open to the left side. And so before we get too carried away with the upper body, let's go down to the foundation. Set your feet, legs into the hips. A little stability around the outer hips. A nice deep twist around the waistline. Keeping the spine long. We want to beware that we're not dipping into our flexibility. That's it. Turn your waistline. So turn from there. Now we're going to turn that left palm forward. Reach the bicep over the ear. That back leg is super important. Feel yourself pushing through the right heel and reaching through the left fingers. The whole time your right ribs are turning under you. Arm comes up. Eyes go down, hand goes down. Take a big step back. Downward facing dog. Ah, yes, you can say it. Let's take one big inhale here together and then open your mouth and let out a big old ah. Yes. All right. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. Come halfway up, inhale, and then fold deeply on the exhale. Put your hands on the floor. Widen your stance. So take your feet out toward the edges and then turn your toes out a little bit more and give me a nice deep squat at the back of the mat. Nothing wrong with sitting down in the middle of your yoga practice. Hands at the heart. Elbows inside the knees. I want you to feel your elbows push out on the knees, but feel the knees squeeze in on the elbows. Take your feet wider. Yeah. Yep, even wider. You have long legs. Better. There you go. He's praying. Did you hear him? He called out his name. That's what happens on the mat. It's a crazy thing. Right? Spontaneous, right? Yeah, connecting with everything. Let's lift our heads and our chests a little higher. It's always those crazy moments. Let's all send a little prayer to whoever's in that ambulance. or whoever they're rushing to. And then a little love and compassion to their family. Just because we are here in our bodies and we seem to be obsessed with the sensation doesn't mean we don't feel a connection to the world around us. Let's take one more breath. And then plant your hands back on the earth, lift your bottoms up to the sky and say it. Ah. Let's turn our toes forward in case they're turned out, and then walk it out into a plank pose. Yep, neutralize the body, organize yourself. Take a nice deep breath in, and then exhale, lower down slowly. Inhale for cobra, and then exhale, downward facing dog. The right foot's gonna step up. You're gonna stay on your left toes and come into a high crescent lunge. And then I need you to turn to the left. Face out to the left side. Turn your back foot flat. Warrior two. Now there's a lot happening here. So far, almost everything we've done in the practice has been bringing us into the midline. And so I still need you to feel that energy that draws in. Your legs kind of squeeze in toward each other, but the right knee and the left hip are kind of turning out and away from each other. Your chest is wide. Your arms are reaching. That's it. The attention has to be bigger here. Our fingers are on the middle, our eyes are on the middle finger of that right hand. But even though that is hyper-focus, it opens up your awareness to everything else that's happening in your body. Even the left side that's behind you that you can't see. I know you can feel it. Let's take one more breath right here, and then reverse the warrior. That means your left hand goes down, your right arm goes up, and you just make it feel so good. Just like that first side stretch we did today. As you reach up to the sky, can you bend a little deeper into that front knee? Yes, that right knee can go low, and it can also go wide. See if you can encourage the front knee toward the pinky toe. Oh, I'm loving watching you guys articulate your bodies. Let's pull the belly in for support and return to warrior two. Good. Straighten the front leg and say it. That had to have felt better than that. Don't leave these little things unexpressed. Like we have these charges of energy. We want to let them go. Triangle pose, right hand to right shin, left arm up to the sky. Try to keep yourself open wide, just like it felt in the warrior two. Our practice is about creating space in the body, creating awareness and relationship with all the body parts. Don't fight with yourself. Don't force yourself to be somewhere that you don't belong. These are lessons for life. We are learning them through the movements. Open up your consciousness and your awareness to the information that is being given to you right now. Now we have to press into that left foot and we have to pull the belly in to rise up safely. Bend the right knee deeply. Take a nice deep breath. Right forearm, right thigh. I want you to put the elbow there, but not lean on it. I want you to push the elbow into the leg so your chest gets even broader. That's it. Now, left palm turns forward. Reach the bicep over the ear. Pay attention to what's happening in the left side body. There's a great line of energy from the pinky toe to the pinky finger. I want you to push into that right elbow so your chest rises more. We don't want to sink into the crease of the right hip. We want to lift up out of it. Bend your front knee more. You can do it. Bend more. Good. Now push into this elbow so your chest comes up. No, don't sink down. Lift up. We push down to move away from it. Right? You feel that? Lift. Okay. Left arm straight up to the sky. Wrap that arm around behind your back. Beautiful job. Open your chest just a touch more. Draw the tailbone and the right sit bone down just a little more. And then push through your feet and return to warrior two. Take that arm out as you come up. Now you can say it. Thank you. Let's take both of our hands to the mat. Place them down. Pivot up onto your left toes. Step to plank and hold. Let your body neutralize. Hold that plank. Every time we do it, we get a little stronger. Take one deep breath in. On the exhale, lower down slowly. Stay right there. Now, push yourself back up to plank. Try to do it all in one motion, not a wave. Lift your hips, go to downward facing dog. Take one deep breath here. Come forward into plank. You can put your knees down if you want to, or keep those knees straight and lower yourself slowly. Whole body touches down at once. Take a breath. Pull that belly to the spine. Push into your hands. Lift your knees. Come on up. Yes. Lift your hips. Go back to down dog. I do this because I love you. Come forward into plank pose. This time I'm going to see if you can hover instead of lay it on the belly. Go ahead. Come down, hover, and then push back up. Good. Downward facing dog. That crazy lady in the park, Leslie, I don't know what's up with her. She made us do 3 push-ups today, broken up into 3 sets of 1. And she gave us a rest in down dog in between. I don't know if I should go to yoga anymore. She's crazy. When you're ready, walk your feet to the top of the mat. Come halfway up, inhale. Fold deeply, exhale. Bend your knees, chair pose. Reach your arms up high. And then come to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. I want you to stand. Which leg do we have? Right leg open. So stand in your left leg and then bring the right knee up to your belly. We're going to turn that knee out. And if this right here feels okay, you can probably stick the sole of your foot onto your inner thigh. You can also use the inner calf or the inner ankle bone and keep your toes on the floor. They're all good. You got to pick the one that works for you. And then place your hands together at your heart. Sometimes what happens when we place the foot on the inside of the leg, the right hip rises up. So I'm going to ask you if you can try to drop the right hip back down a little bit. Stand tall. Head back just a little bit. You guys look amazing. Now there's a little squeeze in the right knee and a little bit of an opening of the right leg. Let's slowly start to let our arms rise. So good. Be like the trees. Little fluctuations. It's the only way they survive, right? Is if they go with the breeze. Open your hands a little wide. Open your fingers like the leaves. That's it. And then slowly, slowly come all the way out and down. Bring your hands right back to your heart. We're going to release the right foot and take a vinyasa. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Step, step back and lower on that exhale. Inhale for cobra pose. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Let's take a really nice collective inhale, a big old release. Exhale. Left foot steps up, stay on your right toes. Come up facing forward, and then turn yourself open to the right. Warrior 2 stance, the back foot is flat. And so there is an awareness to that feeling of pulling in, but now there's an even bigger feeling of expanding out. Reach through your fingers like you mean it. There's not a part of you that's going to sleep. Nothing checks out in the yoga poses. And if you have something that's hurting you, put your hands on your hips. There's ways to modify and not overwork. Sometimes the shoulders aren't happy. If that's the case, you've got to treat them better. You got to give them a chance to get stronger. You got to notice where they hurt and where they get stuck and move around those places. Now, I know you're looking at your left hand, but are you aware of what's happening to the right one? Pull it back more. Yes. Reverse the warrior. Right arm down, left arm up. It's your expression. Go as deep as you want to. Your hips and your shoulders and your ribs are still facing to the right. No, the other way, not forward. Yeah, the opposite of the other pose. The left knee and the right hip are moving away from each other. The left sit bone and the tailbone are drawing down, not under, no jamming. Return to warrior two. Straighten that front leg and move into triangle pose. Left hand goes down to left shin, right hand up to the sky. Make sure you are breathing in this fresh and beautiful air. And I notice that some of us are reaching too far, and so that's making our bodies hinge forward. So maybe if you bring your hand up an inch or two, you might be able to get your alignment better, right? The tailbone can draw in, the head, neck, and shoulders can draw back even more. Come back for me. Yep. I'm behind you, so you can come to me. Yep. That's it. Are you breathing? We're going to push down to rise up. Use that right foot as your anchor. Come on up on the inhale. Bend that front knee. Yep. Parsvakonasana. Left forearm, left thigh. Once you feel like you've got all of that going on, like maybe you push into the elbow a little more, the chest rises. So there's no sinking into that left arm. It's not there to rest. It's there to create more space. We push down so we rise. So push into this arm. So you rise more. Go ahead, more. Push. I see you doing it. Lift out of the shoulder. That's it. You can take the bicep over the ear. Draw that left sit bone under. Keep lifting your chest. Lift your gaze out to your right fingers. Then the arm is going to come up. It's going to wrap around behind your back. And that's going to help you open the chest more. Yeah, feel taller. Yeah, it should feel easier, not harder. We want to always make it feel better. We're seeking these places not to go deeper, but to make more space. It's better, right? Yeah. I can't stand to see anyone suffer. Lift that right arm up. Return to warrior two. Take a nice deep breath in, and then flow it out. Bring your hands to the earth. Pivot up on your back toes. Step it back and lower. Inhale, cobra. Shoulders back. Exhale, down dog. All right. One big inhale. Let it out on the exhale. And then we're going to look at our hands and start to walk it forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, chair pose. Come to standing, stretch back if it feels good, and then bring your hands right to your heart. Weight on the right foot this time, lift your left knee. Test the water, see how it feels when you open it up. Place the sole of your foot on the inner calf, the inner thigh, or even the inner ankle bone. Try to keep your hips level. Hands come together. If you lean forward, the balance is challenging, so you got to stand up tall. Feel yourself fully standing in that, your right foot. That's it. Take the arms up overhead. Remember, both feet have a purpose. We don't want it floating in the air. We want it to press into whatever you place it on. Open up the hands a little wider. Spread your fingers big. You guys look amazing. So focused. Go ahead. Start to open the arms. Bring them all the way back down and then to the heart. Release that leg. Inhale, arms reach, last vinyasa. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Step it back and lower. Some of you are like, how did that happen so fast? And the other ones are like, thank God, it's the last one. Your faces don't lie. Give me one good deep breath in. Let's clear it out one last time. And then bring yourself to a seated position, please. Comfortable seated cross-leg works, anything that makes you happy. Anything that allows you the privilege to sit up with good posture. Let your hands rest in your lap or on your knees. I like to rest my left hand on my chest and put my right hand on the left one. And I just like to feel my heartbeat and my breath. And remember what's really important. I like to breathe and remember that it's good to be alive. Close your eyes and just be in this moment. These quiet moments in between are sometimes the best. Sometimes we get downloads of information. You think they're thoughts, but they are information. Try not to let them take you off into a story, but just hear them. Just listen. You may even be blessed in this moment with quiet. Maybe for the only time today, that voice inside you is quiet. If you are blessed with little spaces between your thoughts, allow yourself to be in them. We're going to take one more breath here. And then slowly open our eyes. Release your hands. Let's take our legs out in front of us with the knees bent and the feet flat on the floor. Start to lean back just a little. Doesn't take much to get that to activate. Don't be aggressive. It could be a long hold. I mean, that's wisdom, right? We pay attention. We honor the sensations. It is so amazing, the language of the body. The language of sensations. Pleasure, pain, discomfort, dullness, sharpness, hunger, cool, hot. Right? We have so many sensations. There's a whole entire language going on every single day. And sometimes I think the communication is one way. The body speaks and we just ignore. The more we practice yoga, the more we listen and the more we understand. This is important. This could be the most important relationship in your life. This body changes every day. It's been with you since birth and it will be with you until you go. Love it. Cherish it. Lift your heart higher. Make your spine feel more vibrant. Now bring your hands together. Interlace everything but the index fingers and take a very little twist to the right. Just feel how the obliques grab. All of the support around your core is so important. Keep the spine tall. The movements don't have to be big to be great. Now I want you to relax your shoulders back, but continue to be fierce through your arms. The elbows are straight. They're reaching. Yes. And then very slowly come back, touch the center, and take it over to the left. Just feel how the muscles changed. And the best part of this whole thing is that none of you got really serious in your face. I mean, you're paying attention, but you're not angry. You're focused. And Some of you I actually think are happy. Yeah. There is nothing better than feeling strong, but not feeling like you're going to blow it out. Come back to the center. Open your arms, turn your palms up, as if you had something to offer or maybe something to receive, and then start rounding your back. Tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, and lay yourself down as slowly and gracefully as you can. As soon as you touch down, let's keep the knees bent. I want you to push into your feet, put your arms by your sides, and come into a very gentle bridge pose. We inhale as the hips rise, and then exhale as you lay it back down. 2 more times like that. Inhale, push down to rise up. Carefully on the exhale. Put the upper back down, then the middle back, then the lower back. One last time again. Inhale, rise. It's so beautiful. And then take it down, upper back, middle back, lower back. Stay right there. Take a breath. And then draw both of those knees right up into your belly. That could be one of the best moments of your morning, so don't miss it. You can squeeze and you can rock. You can do whatever feels just right for you. Don't forget your breath. Let's rock halfway to the right. Just be on the diagonal. Pause right there and just stay for a moment in case you have a tender spot there in your lower back. And then go ahead and twist the rest of the way. Go all the way over to the right. Now open your chest wide, look out to the left side. And then the head is going to come to center and the arms draw back into center. Bring your knees back to the center. And I want you to tip those knees halfway to the left and just kind of feel for if there's like a little tender spot there.
Let the rhythm flow through your body.
And then let your knees go all the way to the left. Open your chest wide and look out to the right. Don't forget your breath. And we're going to slowly bring our heads to center and our arms to center and then our knees to center. And I'd like you to take both legs just straight up in the air for a moment. Just let your feet float right up there in the air. And I want you to soften the feet, soften the legs, but tighten up the belly. And just take a nice deep breath in. When you're ready, just the right leg is going to tighten up just a little bit, and then you're going to lower it down to the floor. So tighten the right leg up, make it a little straighter, lead with your heel. Take it down long and steady. And then do the same with the left. Make it a little straighter. Start to lead with your heel. Let it come all the way down. And when you feel like you have both your feet on the mat, you can let your feet flop and relax. Move your arms a little bit away from your body. You want to turn the shoulders out so the inner elbow creases face up and the palms face up toward the sky. And then I'm going to ask you to soften wherever you can. Soften your thoughts. Soften your skin. Soften your breath. Let's begin our awakening with our consciousness. Just bring your attention back. And then put your attention on your breath. Start to notice that the breath gets a little bigger when you pay attention to it. And then you can direct your breath with that consciousness to move more deeply through your body, and it'll start to awaken your body. And when you start to feel that sense of awakening, you're going to want to move. So go ahead, wiggle your fingers and your toes, start to stretch. You can move and stretch any way that you like, and then eventually let's bring it to a seated position. You can bring your hands together at your heart, place them right there on your body. Any gesture that feels appropriate for you. But sit up in a way that your body appreciates, being in relationship with, right? Pay attention. And just one more moment to just capture the experience. When we allow ourselves to be present, our lives become more full. I invite you to open your eyes right now and take a really good look around. You are not alone. There are just as many people around you that feel the same exact way that you do right now in this moment. We all came out here with different intentions. We all have a different history and a different story that put us right here in this moment, in this park. And yet here we sit together at ease. That's a miracle. I think that's magical. And I think if we can capture those magic moments every once in a while, our lives change. Now I would love to close the practice with the sacred sound of Om. It's A-U-M. Let each sound come through you. Ah, ooh, And so together we're going to take a deep, deep breath in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Om peace, peace, peace. A little peace for each and every one of us. And if we can capture that little bit of peace within us, maybe we can use it and lead by example in the world. Maybe we take a little bit of it outside of this park today, sprinkle it on someone else. It is contagious, but it's also easily taken away. And so we must value it. You worked hard. You showed up. Don't toss it with the rolling up of your mat. Stay away from your phone as long as possible. I thank you, not just for today, but for your continued dedication to coming out here on Saturdays, for making this experience for the community so rich. I thank you. Thank you. Namaste. Ah, so good. Oh, so yes, please pre-register for Tuesday and come. And you know what? If you aren't sure today, the registration is going to stay open until Monday at noon. We have to close the online registration at noon, so we have a real confirmed registration list, and then everybody else will be a walk-in. No one will be turned away. We even got a jumbotron, one of those big giant screens to put just outside the amphitheater in case we spill out, because last year we had to clear our registration tables and make room for people to put mats down. So we are prepared for us to spill out into Meisner, and we have room for everyone. So do what suits you. See you Tuesday. If you want to come to India with me in April, come see me. If you want passes to the studio, I'd be happy to share them. Come be my guest at my studio, Yoga Journey, Glades Road in 95 in the Wyndham Hotel, same home as Farmer's Table Restaurant and Farmer's Express. Here's the information for registering, somethingbigyoga.com if anybody wants to. Come take postcards, share them with your friends. Everyone is welcome. Take a bunch, share them. Thank you. Yeah, so come and take some postcards. Help me share them in the community. Magnets for the car, studio passes, studio schedules. Come see me. I can wish you a Happy New Year. You did so good. You did so good. That was the best surprise.
Super sweaty, so.
It's okay. Hey. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it was. It was pretty cool. Thank you. 10, but I'll give you one for free. Come and see me. Here's the schedule. And then this is the postcard for Something Big, so you can register for Tuesday. That's a totally free event. It's the biggest expression of this. It's like I take this like 10 times. Yeah.